Hello students, today we are starting a new chapter called The Triumph of Surgery, written by James Herriot, a British veterinary surgeon and writer. The story starts with Mrs. Pumphrey, a rich lady who takes her dog out for a walk. The vet, James Herriot, who knows the lady beforehand, is shocked to see Tricky with his mistress, and actually, as the narrator points out or describes the dog in his narrative, he had become hugely fat, like a bloated sausage with a leg at each corner. His eyes bloodshot and rheumy. Now, what is bloated sausage, children? We know very well, sausage is a food item cylindrical in shape. The legs of that small dog has become like that. Now, his eyes has turned to be rheumy. Rheumy, a watery discharge which normally comes out from the membrane we get to see in the nose or in the eyes. Mrs. Pumphrey hastened to explain. He was so listless. Listless, that means lack of energy. According to Mrs. Pumphrey, Tricky lacked energy. So, Mr. Herriot, he seemed to have no energy, Mrs. Pumphrey said. I thought he must be suffering from malnutrition. Now, according to Mrs. Pumphrey, Tricky was suffering from malnutrition. But the description we get to read in the first para of the story, is there any sign that Tricky was suffering from malnutrition? Not really. Tricky was not at all suffering from malnutrition. Now, what happened? After a few inquiries, Mrs. Pumphrey was told by Herriot that what type of food do you give? How do you treat? Or do you give some exercises to Tricky or not? Now, the answer from Mrs. Pumphrey was that as Tricky, according to Mrs. Pumphrey, who didn't have some energy, was lacking in energy, Mrs. Pumphrey was giving him, Tricky the dog, some in-between meals. What is that? Cod liver oil, malt, and also Horlicks. And regarding exercises, well, no. Tricky was not given any kind of extra exercises. In fact, what Pumphrey says is, well, he has his little walks with me, as you can see, but Hodgkins, the gardener, has been down with lumbago, so there has been no ring throwing lately. So, what can we derive from this fact? That Tricky was not given proper exercise by Mrs. Pumphrey. So what did Herriot suggest? I tried to sound severe. The situation was becoming severe. So Herriot suggested that Tricky should be given some exercises. Now, one thing here Herriot knew, that after some time a call will be coming from Mrs. Pumphrey. So today I end the slide here. Next time the rest of the thing I will be describing in the next slide. Thank you. Hello students. As I have suggested in the first slide, that Herriot suggested that Tricky should be given some exercises, but as well as that Herriot knew that exercises won't be possible, or rather Herriot knew that within few days he will be getting a phone call from Mrs. Pumphrey. And really, that expected phone call came from Mrs. Pumphrey. What was that? The expected call came within a few days. Mrs. Pumphrey was distraught. Tricky would eat nothing. In fact, Tricky had bouts of vomiting. Tricky, in fact, refused to have his own favorite dishes. Now, it was alarming. The situation was really alarming. A dog who was so fond of having food now refused to have his own food. So that made Mrs. Pumphrey very sad. The poor dog was unable to make any movement. So the vet was called. The cure? Yes, it was known to the vet. What was the cure? The poor lady almost snooed. She was sure he would pine and die if he did not see her every day. Why the poor lady snooed? Snooed means almost became unconscious. Snooed because the vet suggested that Tricky should be hospitalized. Now, the lady loved the dog so much. Now, what happened? The lady did not want to depart from her beloved dog. But I took a firm line. The narrator, the doctor, the vet said, I had to be very stern. I took a firm line. Tricky was very ill, and this was the only way to save him. If I have to save the dog, I have to separate the dog from the owner. In fact, I thought it best to take him without delay, and followed by Mrs. Pumphrey's wailing, I marched out to the car carrying the little dog wrapped in a blanket. Now, the vet refused to hear anything. Mrs. Pumphrey started wailing, literally. But the vet wrapped the dog in a blanket and marched out to the car. The entire staff was roused and maids rushed in and out, bringing his day bed, his night bed, favorite cushions, toys and rubber rings, breakfast bowl, lunch bowl. And remember that Mrs. Pumphrey was rich enough and is to pamper her dog so much that she had a whole lot of things for Tricky. She bought everything for Tricky possible. Everything possible for her. So the entire staff, maid servants, they ran with those things, those stuff behind the car. But the vet did not wait. James Harriet didn't wait for that. Mrs. Pumphrey, what happened? Somehow managed to throw an armful of little coats through the window. I looked in the mirror before I turned the corner of the drive. Everybody was in tears. Nothing doing. Sometimes you have to be little bit harsh if you have to do something, some good. So, see you in the next slide. Thank you. Out on the road, I glanced down at the pathetic little animal gasping on the seat by my side. I patted the head, and Tricky made a brave effort to wag his tail. Poor old lad, I said. You haven't a kick in you, but I think I know a cure for you. So, here the narrator says that Tricky doesn't have that energy to make any movement. But the narrator is confident enough that He knows that Tricky will be able to make movement very soon, and his treatment whatsoever will be able to make, or rather Tricky will recover very soon. So then what happens? At the surgery, the household dogs surge round me. The other dogs who were already there in the surgery made a round around the narrator. Tricky looked down at the noisy pack with dull eyes, and when put down lay motionless on the carpet because Tricky was unable to move. On the other hand, what happened? The other dogs also, it seemed, that did not show much interest on Tricky. They just sniffed the Tricky and went on. They didn't show much interest on Tricky. Then what happened? The narrator made a bed for Tricky that day. And for the next 2 days, Tricky was put strictly on water diet. Nothing else. Tricky was not given any type of food, solid food item. Now what happens? Later on the 3rd day, he ran with enthusiasm. Slowly, Tricky was trying to recover, or rather, Tricky was trying to make friendship with other dogs. He ran with enthusiasm when the food was served. He was gaining momentum. Rather, he was becoming energetic. He swallowed down the extra food that was put out for him, and he mingled with rest of the dogs. He danced with them, he ran with them, and not only that, from then on his progress was rapid. He had no medicinal treatment. Triumph of surgery, as the story says, here only there was indication that there won't be any surgery as such. There won't be any kind of medicinal treatment. Another type of treatment will be going on, a passive treatment. He joined with other dogs. He discovered the joy of being bowled over, tramped on, and squashed every few minutes. He became an accepted member of the gang. Now he discovered the fun of being with dogs. He became an accepted member of the gang, an unlikely, silky little object among the shaggy crew, fighting like a tiger for his share at meal times. Typical dog-like behavior. Yes or no? All the while, Mrs. Pumphrey hovered anxiously. On the other hand, Mrs. Pumphrey was very anxious to hear about Tricky. Obviously, she should be. So, what happened? Here, Harriet played a trick. Harriet mentioned the word covalence, which means that Tricky was recovering very nicely. In the last slide, we stopped at convalescing. The word convalescing seemed to do something to Mrs. Pumphrey. She started to bring round fresh eggs, 2 dozen at a time, to build up Tricky's strength. Now what happened? Convalescing carried a weight, the word convalescing, in Pumphrey's mind. And what happened? Mrs. Pumphrey started bringing eggs, and after a period started bringing wine Then, after some time, she started bringing brandy also for Tricky. Now, do you think Tricky got a chance to have those things? Was Tricky given those things? No, not really. Tricky was not given eggs or anything like that. On the other hand, the vet and his companion enjoyed the breakfast. Now time came. James Herriot thought that Tricky should go back to his mistress. So, Mrs. Pomfrey was called because things were becoming so much like trail. It was unbearable. Pomfrey was worried. Now, how long Pomfrey will be sending those things, will be going on sending, thinking that Tricky is having those food items, and these people, they are having this. So James Herriot made a call to Mrs. Pomfrey saying that, see, your dog has recovered. Now you can carry your dog home. Now what happened? Within minutes, about 30 feet of gleaming black metal drew up outside the surgery. As soon as the call was made, within minutes, about 30 feet of gleaming black metal drew up outside the surgery. The chauffeur opened the door, and I could just make out the figure of Mrs. Pomfrey almost lost in the interior. Her hands were tightly clasped in front of her. Her lips trembled. Oh, Mr. Herriot, do tell me the truth. Is he really better? Now, actually, Mrs. Pomfrey cannot believe that Tricky has recovered. I walked through the house into the garden and slowly released Tricky, and Tricky immediately stretched out in the great bounds, and quickly Tricky landed on the lap of what? Mrs. Pomfrey. During the excitement, what happened? Herriot helped the chauffeur to bring out the beds, toys, cushions, whatever. Those were not required at all in the hospital. Mrs. Pomfrey waved Herriot, said thank you, and said, "This is the triumph of surgery." Now, children, did the surgery really take place? No. But the lesson we got from this story is what? That we should not love anyone blindly. The theme of the story is about blind love, which sometimes destroys, which sometimes leads to trouble, as it happened in Tricky's case. Blind love which we possess for the one whom we love the most. Yes, it happens several times in our life. Whom we love the most, we love that person blindly. But we should not do that. So, this is the lesson we get from this story. Thank you, children. Next time I'll come up with some questions. Go through the chapter. Thank you.